Hi, how you doing? This is David from Ninth Hour. It's time for the Ninth Hour Songwriting Challenge on Facebook, and I am on challenge number 20. Song number 21, challenge number 20, submitted by Mindy Davis, and Mindy Davis just wrote this, Acts 26:18. So I went and looked it up, and but then she went back and posted when I told her that I was working on it. Says, "Thanks, David. This just keeps coming up over and over. He forgave us so completely, and yet we seem to have such a hard time forgiving others." Well, you know, I've got a blog page also out on blogger.com, and I wrote about something like this. And the title of the blog was this: "Your grace is sufficient for me, but I'm not so sure about the rest of you." And that's the way it is sometimes. We look at ourselves and our own sin in our own life, and we're so grateful that God has extended His grace to us. But sometimes we have a hard time looking past the shortcomings of others, and we're pretty judgmental about that. And you know, we should love because He first loved us. But let me look at that Acts passage with you here real quick. If going straight at Acts 26:18, it says this: "To open their eyes and turn them from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan to God, so that they may receive forgiveness of sin and place among those who are sanctified by faith in me." And just to kind of set this up, that's Paul talking in there. And if you're familiar with the story of Paul's conversion on the road to Damascus, he's basically in this Acts 26 verse, he's been imprisoned, and he's standing before King Agrippa, and he's explaining to him what happened to him on the road to Damascus. So he's telling the story about how he was persecuting Christians, and we have a tendency to do that. We persecute each other all the time. We don't have the kind of persecution that some Christians around the world have here in the States, but you know, we do poke fun. We are judgmental. And Paul knew the law. I mean, he was a religious guy. He was a Pharisee, member of a very strict sect of the Jewish faith. Held to the law, understood it backwards and forwards, and that's what we see in a lot of churches today, or a lot of people, that's the way they are too, is that they understand the mechanics of being religious, and yet they forget sometimes that just because you call yourself a Christian doesn't necessarily mean that you're perfect, and we have a tendency to overlook our own sins while, boy, seeing everything else that everybody else is doing. So I took that general theme of forgiveness and the story of Paul, you know, how he went around killing Arab Christians, and then he became one. So this is a song. I'm not sure what to call it, but anyway, it's an evangelistic song. It's a story of Paul's conversion on the road to Damascus as he's telling someone else, and then his prayer is the chorus of, you know, giving him the words to say that others might see the light of Jesus living through him. So anyway, Mindy, I accept your challenge. Here's your song, and let's just call it we'll call it, I don't know what to call it. Gain It All. I don't know. What do you want to call it? I don't know. Well, maybe I'll have something figured out by the end of the song. All right, but Mindy, here's your challenge song.
There was a time when I cast my vote to condemn. I was always the one to throw the first stone. fails, completely forgiven when you took the nails.
Anyway, that's what we're going to call it. When you took the nails. Or your grace is sufficient. Gain it all. Give me the words to say. I don't know. Paul's song. Let's go with When You Took the Nails. Alright? We'll go with that since we ended with that. Anyway, Mindy, that's your song challenge. That's challenge number 20 here on the 9th Hour Facebook challenge. You know, this weekend is Easter, so we're playing tomorrow morning at Set Free Ministries, 10 a.m., 4800 Northwest Homestead at Riverside, Missouri. It's Set Free is a rehab church. Homeless guys, drug addicts, recovering drug addicts that are in a 60-day one-step program. They get filled with Jesus anyway. We lead worship there every first Sunday of the month, but every Easter, every Christmas, they have a special outreach where they give back to the community. They they open their doors and let the kids come in from the neighborhood, and they give them Easter baskets and bicycles and all kinds of stuff. But 9th Hour will be there tomorrow. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, Saturday, stop by, be a part of the event. Encourage these men and women there in the Set Free program to persevere in their quest for finding God and restoring their lives. Anyway, I guess that's a great this is a great verse and great song for them as well, because it's all about changed lives, and that's what Easter's all about. You know, Jesus came, He lived a perfect life, sinless life. He died for our sins on a cross, an excruciating death. He was buried and He rose again in 3 days, and He's alive today. And that's the Easter story. That's the good news, that there's hope in Jesus. So that's my prayer for you guys today. It's an Easter prayer, is that if you don't know who Jesus is, and or you've heard about Him and you just don't know, you know, I'm telling you, it's not a bunch of rules. This isn't about what you can do and what you can't do, and you can't have fun. I'm telling you what, I have enjoyed life so much more since I found Christ in mine. And my life is different. Those of you Facebook friends that knew me years ago know that I was never a bad guy. You know, I never really had a bad upbringing or a bad life. There wasn't any traumatic experience in my life that made me decide to follow Christ. But what I did see was people that genuinely had a relationship with Christ, and it had nothing to do about wearing a suit to church or singing the right song or saying the right prayer or hanging out with the right people. It was simply a matter of surrender and trying to realize that we can have an abundant life right here on earth with a life in Jesus. So I just encourage you guys, if you don't know this abundant life or you aren't experiencing it, that you explore this guy named Jesus, because He's an awesome dude. And I'm telling you, if you ever have any questions, just feel free. I'd love to talk to you about it. Just email me. You can email me if you want, or if you want to call me, I'll give you my phone number. But anyway, hope you enjoy these songs. Mindy, there's your song for you. And I guess we'll call it He Took the Nails. And that's what we'll call it for now. It may change. And we'll post it up on YouTube as well for those that can't see it here on Facebook. And just encourage you to share them with your friends and your family. I'll be starting on number 21. And David Barker, a name from my past, way back, submitted a challenge. If you want to see his challenge, go on our, that's my dog, Dusty, or that's our dog. Go on the Facebook discussion page on the 9th Hour page, and you can see what Dave posted for me to work with. Anyway, God bless you guys. Have a wonderful Easter. Remember that He is alive and living well today, right here. God bless.